Ever feel like you're posting content, but not quite actually growing a brand? Like you're throwing ideas out there, but they're not really landing with the right people? Well, you're not alone, because crafting a winning content marketing strategy, it's a game changer, and a lot of personal brands get it wrong. But not you, not today, because this video, I'm breaking down exactly how to create a content marketing strategy that really builds your authority, attracts your dream audience, and makes people really want to work with you. Hi, I'm Allison Carpio, founder of Morning Hour Co., and I help leaders like you craft powerful messaging and content strategies that make an impact. If you're ready for the content glow up, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear framework to start building content that works for you. Let's dive in. Step 1, clarify your brand message. Before we even dive into content, let's establish what your brand message is, because any content or copy you create is really driven by your brand message. So if you get this wrong, your content's gonna fall flat. But if you get this right, your content and your thought leadership really glows up and gives that extra oomph. So your brand message is the core idea that encapsulates what you stand for, what you value, and the unique solution that you provide. For example, a bad brand message might be, I help businesses with marketing. Well, it's too vague and offers no clarity or promise. A good brand message is, I help aspiring entrepreneurs build confidence in public speaking, because public speaking really grows your brand and your impact quickly. It's specific, addresses a problem, and promises a transformation. So ask yourself, what do I want my people to know? What's the big idea? What's the problem you solve and the transformation that you help people achieve? Drop yours in the comments. I'd really love to hear it. Step 2, pick your content pillars. Okay, now that you've clarified your brand message, let's talk about what you'll actually be saying. So this is where your content pillars come into play. And your content pillars are like the key themes that you're going to touch on in each and every one of your content, because your brand talks about it over and over and over. So you want 3 to 5 strong pillars that keep your content really focused and help your audience know what to expect. So for example, let's say you're a leadership coach. One of your content pillars might be around mindset, that I'm worthy of leading a team, and being a good leader is about serving others. So content that supports this pillar would be about how imposter syndrome might stop you from becoming a good leader, or how great leaders don't really tell people what to do, but they enable people to get the job done. That falls under the, good leaders serving others. Everything that you post should connect back to the content pillar, so your brand is consistent and memorable. Step 3, create a content plan that works for you. Now let's make this realistic. You don't need to be on every platform. I'm not really many people are, unless you have a really big team. So you don't need to be on every platform. You don't need to posting every day, burning yourself out. Instead, think about, what platforms do you actually enjoy using? What would really give you life? What type of content comes naturally to you? Are you a writer? Are you a talker? Are you a video person? What would really help you connect with your people most authentically? How much time can you realistically commit? Because remember, this is an ongoing long-term thing, so you want to make it as sustainable as possible. I launched a podcast a couple years ago called Hello Delicious Emails, which, by the way, if you're curious about email marketing, go onto Spotify or Apple Podcasts, search in Hello Delicious Emails, and you'll find it there. Because at the time, I didn't want to just do email, and I wasn't ready for video. So a podcast was perfect. And I made sure that it was only one season, so it wasn't this ongoing, unlimited thing. It was just like 10 episodes, let's do a launch, and then we'll assess from there. And that made sure that I was showing up for my people, that I actually got it done. And I was also emailing my list regularly at the time. So between emails and my podcast, that was a really solid content plan that worked for me at the time. So pick 1 to 2 platforms and commit to a cadence you can actually stick to. Remember, just like working out, consistency beats perfection every single time. Step 4, make your content work harder. Okay, so here's where a lot of people get it wrong. You create a post once, share it once, and then you kind of move on. But that's a big mistake. Confession, I've made this mistake before myself, so I'm not perfect. Your content deserves a lot more love than that. So instead of constantly creating new stuff, learn how to repurpose like a pro. Remember those content pillars? There's a reason why that there's themes that they fall under, because you're going to be saying a lot of the same things over and over, maybe in different ways with different stories, different analogies, whatever. One idea can turn into a long form video, a short form video, a blog post, a podcast interview, a reel, a TikTok video, a LinkedIn post, an Instagram carousel, what have you. Same message, different formats. Same but different. Plus, remember, not everyone is going to see your content on every single platform. They're not going to see your YouTube video or your LinkedIn post or your Instagram carousel or your Instagram story or your email. So make it as easy for as many people to see it as possible. And that often means sharing it in different formats for every channel. Work smarter, not harder, my friends. And number 5, definitely don't forget this, have a CTA always. So you know how you're eating dinner at a restaurant and you're done with your entrees and the server comes and they clear the plates because you're done eating. And then the server comes back and then gently places the dessert menu on the table. Because you didn't ask for dessert necessarily, but now you're like, ooh, do I want the creme brulee or the tiramisu or the lava cake or all 3? Having a CTA in content is just like having the dessert menu at the end of the meal. You don't want people to ask for it. You want to give them the option already. Lead them to that dessert that they probably already want, because let's face it, we all have room for dessert at the end of the meal. All that to say, your content should always have a purpose. Every post, every video, every email should guide your audience somewhere. There's always going to be dessert at the end of the meal. So ask yourself, what do you want them to do next at the end of your content? Do you want them to comment, reply to your email, download a freebie, book a call, buy something? What's the most natural next step? 1 to 2 next steps. These are CTAs or calls to action. So you always want to have one at the end of your content, because then it's like eating at a restaurant and then they're like, no dessert at the end of the meal. Really sad. And speaking of CTAs, if you're ready to build a real content strategy that works, grab my Thought Leadership Glow Up Planner. It walks you through the exact steps to craft your personal brand strategy. Link is below to download that. See what I did there? That's an example of it in action. All right, let's do a quick recap. To craft a winning content marketing strategy, you need to 1. Get clear on your brand message. 2. Pick 3 to 5 content pillars. 3. Create a posting plan that works for you. 4. Repurpose your content like a pro. And 5. Always have a CTA. So there you have it. And remember, as a bonus, grab my Thought Leadership Glow Up Planner and really take action. If this was helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment telling me which step you're working on next. If you have any questions, I love talking to you guys on here, so go ahead and drop it in there. And of course, download that Thought Leadership Glow Up Planner, put all this into action. I want you to take those next steps. And that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.